Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Chanda Ballabha Girivardhari Gopi Chanda Ballabha Girivardhari Yashoda Nandana Pratajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Pratajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Chanda Ballabha Girivardhari Yashoda Nandana Pratajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Lord Caitanya ki jai. So, today we will read about Lord Caitanya. This is from the Sri Caitanya Mangala, written by Lochan Das Thakur. We're not starting at the beginning, but we are starting at the beginning of Lord Caitanya's life, his appearance. The beginning of this book is actually some philosophical points establishing the position of Lord Caitanya. But I think we'll start with chapter 1. Birth pastimes of Sri Caitanya. All glories to Gadadhar and Sri Gauranga, the Supreme Lord Hari appearing as a human being All glories to Sri Nityananda Prabhu, the Almighty Lord. All glories to Advaita Acharya, who is non-different from Sadashiva. All glories to the exalted devotees of Lord Caitanya. Placing the dust of these personalities upon my head, I now describe the Adi Kanda. Before the eternal associates of Lord Caitanya took birth, there was an announcement. The time of the Lord's appearance in the womb, this is the announcement, quote, the time of the Lord's appearance in the womb of Sachi Devi has come, end quote. Sounds of Jai, Jai filled the universe. Demigods, Nagas, and humans looked on in ecstasy. Someone said he was the divine effulgence. Another said he was a subtle form of Lord Narayan. Someone said he was the eternally existing Supreme Brahman. This exalted personality was now taking shelter in the womb of Sachi Mata. Day by day, Sachi's womb increased in size and effulgence. Seeing this, the whole world became joyful. After 6 months, the Supreme Lord, the personification of ultimate bliss, manifested. People thought that surely a great person would soon appear in Sachi's house. At this time, a light came from Sachi Mata's womb and illuminated her entire home. Suddenly, Advaita Acharya arrived. Jagannath Mishra stood up respectfully to receive him. Advaita Acharya, the abode of all transcendental qualities, has no comparison within the three worlds. Purandara Mishra, or also known as Jagannath Mishra, offered him a seat. He put the dust from Advaita Acharya's feet on his head and praised him with humble words. Sachi Devi brought water to wash the Acharya's feet. As soon as Advaita Acharya saw Sachi, who was bearing the Supreme Personality of Godhead in her womb, he stood up respectfully. Due to blossoming love, Sri Advaita's lotus eyes turned reddish and moistened with tears. His face flushed with a pink hue like the rising sun. Overcome with ecstasy, his lips quivered, his voice faltered, and his body trembled. He circumambulated Sachi Mata and offered respectful obeisances to her. The strange behavior of the senior and respected Acharya surprised Sachi Devi and filled Jagannath Mishra with doubts. Jagannath Mishra exclaimed, Acharya Goswami, what are you doing? I can't understand your unusual behavior. Please dispel our doubts. Otherwise, I will burn in the fire of anxiety over this incident. Because he's showing respect, and he's supposed to be. They're worshiping him, and they're thinking, why is he showing respect and circumambulating Sachi Devi? Advaita Acharya replied, Jagannath, in the future you'll understand everything. Realizing the inner meaning of the scriptures, Sri Advaita Prabhu displayed ecstatic symptoms in his body like crying and horripilation. Then he worshipped Sachi's womb by smearing it with fragrant sandalwood paste. He circumambulated her 7 times, offering respects, and left without saying anything. Jagannath Mishra and Sachi pondered over the incident, wondering why the Acharya had worshipped Sachi's womb. Sachi's womb now glowed 100 times brighter. Forgetting herself, Sachi Devi saw nothing but happiness everywhere. The demigods came down and stood before Sachi Devi. Brahma, Shiva, Shaunaka, and others were praying. All glories to the Lord, who is eternal, unlimited, and one without a second. All glory is to the infallible Lord, who is eternal bliss personified. All glory is to the Lord, who always protects his devotees. The Supreme Lord is transcendental to the three modes of material nature. All glory is to Mahavishnu, who lies in the causal ocean. All glory is to the Lord of the spiritual sky, who is the supreme root of all existence. All glory is to the Lord of Vaikuntha, the paramour, lover of Radha. All glory is to the Lord of the innumerable Vaikuntha planets. All glory is to the Lord who is known as Dhira Lalita. All glory is to the darling son of Nanda Maharaj, who steals the hearts of everyone. In Kali Yuga, he manifests from the womb of Sachi Devi in order to enjoy his transcendental pastimes in this world. All glory is to the Lord who bestows divine bliss upon all. Such unparalleled compassion has never been seen before. In Kali Yuga, the Lord descends to give himself to everyone without discrimination. After realizing this love, we still couldn't get even a pinch of it. Now you are freely distributing it to all. After tasting the sweet mellow of divine love yourself, you'll give this taste to everyone without considering their defects. Even the chandalas will relish it. Please give us a particle of prema so we can join you in glorifying Radha and Krishna. Then the demigods circumambulated Lord Gauranga while saying, all glories to the inaugurator of the Sankirtan movement. With his four mouths, Lord Brahma offered varieties of prayers to Lord Gauranga. Sachi Devi derived great satisfaction from hearing them. Sachi Devi treated everyone with kindness. As Sachi passed the 10th month of her pregnancy, she felt ever-increasing happiness from all directions. On the auspicious day and moment of Gauranga's appearance, Rahu swallowed the full moon of the Falguna month. Rahu swallowed the full moon. Okay, means there's a lunar eclipse. Next section. Nimai's beauty enchants the universe. The people of Nadia were standing in the Ganges and filling the atmosphere with the chanting of Harinam. A gentle breeze scattered a celestial fragrance in all directions. Everyone in all 10 directions felt extremely happy. All 6 seasons manifested simultaneously at the time of the Lord's auspicious appearance. Thrilled with joy, the demigods rushed down in the celestial airplanes to catch a glimpse of the golden baby. By the Lord's arrangement, the only sound heard during his advent was the loud chanting of Haribo, Haribo. The treasure of Vaikuntha appeared in the courtyard of Sachi Devi. Her heart bursting with joy, Sachi waved her hand and cried in a choked voice to her husband Jagannath Mishra, Prabhu, come quickly, see the beautiful face of your son and make your life successful. The village ladies ran excitedly to bless the boy. When they saw him, they chanted, Jai, Jai. The demigods, the Naga Kanyas, daughters of the Snake King, and the personified Vedas also came to glorify Gaur Hari. His every limb manifested an abundance of rasa. Gauranga's body was a condensed form of luscious nectar. Seeing this form soothed the eyes of all. It appeared to everyone and he was the paramour lover of the gopis. The lady said, "We have never seen or heard of such a boy whose sight immediately makes our hearts palpitate with desire. We feel an irresistible attraction to Gora Prabhu. Not a day passes when we don't see him. The entire universe could not contain the boundless joy that Jagannath Mishra felt upon looking at the face of his boy. Gaura's face shone with the soothing glow of hundreds of moons. His smile resembled a blossoming lotus flower. His elegant, highly raised nose defeated the beauty of a sesame flower. The rays of Gauranga's dazzling body appear nectarian. Affection rises in the heart upon seeing his red lips, finely shaped chin, and shining cheeks. His neck resembles that of a lion, and his shoulders are as powerful as an elephant's. He has a broad chest, and his long arms hang to his knees. Gaura's entire body is saturated with bliss. His hips are wide and attractively curved. His powerful thighs taper like the trunks of a banana tree. His feet resemble a red lotus flower. The soles are marked with a flag, goad, chamara, chariot, lightning bolt, umbrella, swastika, jambu fruit, and triangle, surrounded by water pots. The combined effect of all this beauty was like a river flowing with nectar. These auspicious marks and symptoms indicated a most exalted personality, a king of kings. Indra, Chandra, the Kinnaras, Gandharvas, and other demigods came to earth just to feast their eyes on Gauranga's indescribable beauty. Upon seeing the Lord, everyone's eyes became anointed with nectar. Just as if they were seeing their dearmost lover. Just after his birth, everyone came to admire the sweet, satisfying beauty of the boy. Everyone felt very comfortable in his presence. They felt as if they already had a long-standing and intimate relationship with him. Seeing the boy's beautiful golden limbs filled their hearts with unlimited happiness. Millions of cupids fled in shame upon beholding the beauty of his lotus face. The whole city filled with chants of Jai, Jai. The ever-fresh transcendental Cupid had appeared as the son of Jagannath Mishra. Even the boy's crying sounded like nectar to the ears. The ladies observing him thought he must be an incarnation of the Lord of Goloka. Feeling great ecstasy, I, Lochandas, proclaimed the Lord of all creation has now appeared on earth. All glories to that boy who saturated the four directions in bliss. Hundreds of village housewives brought auspicious items like sweets, rice paste, and vermilion. Sachi Devi placed her baby on her lap and said in a faltering voice, "Everyone, please bless him with the dust of your feet. May he live forever. He is not my boy. He is not my boy, but I still think of him as mine." To protect the boy's body, which defeats the taste of nectar from any future dangers, the lady suggested the name Nimai. On the 8th day, Sachi Devi performed the Ashta Kalai ceremony to please the local children by distributing 8 types of kalai, doll. The next day, on Navaratri, the villagers enjoyed a blissful festival of singing. The darling son of Sachi grew up gradually, day by day, like the waxing of the moon. Sachimata decorated Nimai's eyes with black kajal, mascara, and marked his beautiful forehead with bright yellow tilak. Sometimes Nimai would move his arms and legs in all directions, as newborns always do. Then he would smile very sweetly, revealing his inner peace. With unblinking eyes, Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Devi gazed at their wonderful boy. Every day, Sachimata would massage Nimai with turmeric and scented oil. In motherly affection, she would kiss his cheeks repeatedly. Sachimata was the most blessed and fortunate person in the universe. As Nimai grew, the bliss of the residents of Nadia also increased day after day. They totally forgot the passage of time. The houses overflowed with joy. Not only the men and women, but even the young, old, the blind became intoxicated with boundless happiness due to their love for Nimai. Nimai's face, more beautiful than the full moon in autumn, looked like Cupid personified. Renouncing their domestic duties, all the young girls of Nadia would run 3 times a day to see the darling Nimai. They would compete with each other to pick up the boy while saying, "Let me see, let me see." Placing Nimai on their laps, they felt completely satisfied. In Nimai's association, the girls felt an indescribable bliss that increased day after day and moment after moment. Desiring to attain the lotus feet of Narahari Sakar, I, Lochan Das, sing the glorious pastimes of Lord Gauranga. I'll read another chapter. Chapter 2, Childhood Pastimes of Nimai. As the son of Sachi grew up, his body looked like a stream of nectar. I can't find anything to compare his body to, yet my heart moves me to try. Even blind men ran madly to see the ever-expanding beauty of Nimai's moon-like face. The gentle half-smile on his lips seemed like the dancing wave in the ocean of nectar. Drowning in rasa, his reddish eyes flooded with joy. The beautiful black kajal surrounding his eyes appeared like a dam holding back the ecstatic ocean of prema rushing from his lotus eyes. The pious and fortunate Sachi Devi and Jagannath Mishra simply looked affectionately at the beautiful face of their son. At one moment, Nimai cries. The next moment, he laughs. Occasionally, he sits on Sachi's lap and nestles in her bosom, or rests his feet on her breast. Sometimes, Sachi holds Nimai upside down by his ankles and swings him. At such times, he looks like a golden creeper blowing in the wind. Sometimes Nimai opens his eyes very widely and laughs slightly, producing a flow of the sweetest nectar. His nose, which is shaped like the beak of a parrot, fascinates everyone. A healthy, brilliant glow radiates from his smooth, attractively shaped cheeks. After 6 months had passed, Jagannath Mishra performed the Namakarana, name-giving ceremony for his son Nimai. He decorated his son with golden bangles, ankle bells, waist bells, and a pearl necklace. His foot soles were smeared with fresh vermilion. His crimson lips looked like a banduli flower, and his eyes resembled a, a blooming red lotus. All the parts of Gaura's transcendental body shone more brightly than lightning. His bodily effulgence was so intense that you couldn't look at him. The Lord was given the name Vishwambar, which means one who maintains the worlds. Sometimes baby Nimai held his parents' fingers and tried to walk, but he would fall down after a few steps. Although only broken words came out when he tried to speak, they were overflowing waves of nectar to everyone's ears. In this way, day after day, Nimai played in the courtyard of Sachimata. His simple playing removed all miseries and pacified the world. The feet which were previously worshipped by Lakshmi Devi are now embraced by Prithvi, Mother Earth, who has become overcome with ecstatic love. There is only one moon in the sky, but now it appears that there are 10 moons on the ground in the form of the cooling rays emanating from Gauranga's shimmering toenails. Imagine. Blind and sinful men become fortunate by seeing those rays. The king of Gaura's moon-like face reigns supreme over millions of moons. With his eyebrows curving like the bow of Cupid, he satisfies all desires. How can I express the limit of the soothing moon-like rays of his compassion, which dispel the misery and darkness from the heart of everyone? Who can describe his wonderful childhood pastimes that purify the whole world? Vishwarup, the older brother of Vishwambar, was a precocious student and quickly learned all the Vedas. Who can explain the greatness of Nimai's brother? Vishwambar's compassion increased as the days passed. Lochan Das feels joy in his heart to hear these topics. One night, Sachimata said, O moon up in the sky, why don't you come down to earth? We'll wipe off your black spots and place you as an ornament on Gauranga's forehead. Come on, my darling Nimai, my beautiful golden boy. Stop your crying and go to sleep. But actually, your crying pleases me more than nectar. Look, your father has brought bananas and condensed milk for you. Oh my naughty boy, now close your eyes and go to sleep. Your face looks like a golden lotus, and your eyes resemble a red lotus flower. Now your half-closed eyes look like bees half submerged in the ocean of honey contained in your sweet lotus face. Sachi Devi made a bed of jute, covered it with soft cotton bedspread, embraced Nimai in her lap, and then laid her precious jewel down to sleep. Nimai began to suckle one of Sachimata's breasts while caressing the other one with his little fingers. Lochan Das says, although Gauranga is the crest jewel of all lords, he behaved just like an ordinary boy. Maybe one more section. The demigods visit Nimai. Listen carefully to another day's pastimes wherein the Lord revealed his identity. While Jagannath Mishra slept in one room, Sachi peacefully relaxed with her son in another. Jai Shishi Gaurnitai, Shishi Radha, Brajabihari, Jagannath, Balaram, Lady Subhadra, Lord Shingade, Prahlad Maharaj, Ki Jai. Suddenly, many foot soldiers entered Sachi's bedroom, frightening her. Then the demigods arrived, took Nimai from Sachi's lap, and placed him on a jeweled throne. After bathing and worshipping Nimai, they circumambulated him and offered obeisances. Imagine the demigods coming, taking the child, and worshiping him. The sound of gongs, conch shells, and the singing of the holy names filled the room. The demigods all chanted, "All glories to Lord Jagannath, the Lord of the universe. All glories to the Supreme Maintainer. In Kali Yuga, this boy will maintain us. O Vishwambar, we fall at your lotus feet and beg you, please bestow upon us the rare treasure of Braja Rasa." Sachimata was shocked and terrified by the scene. She was not afraid for herself. She only cared for the safety of her son, who was her everything. Sachi Devi picked up Nimai and told him to go to his father's room in order to sleep peacefully. As her son left the room, Sachimata heard ankle bells tinkling on Nimai's feet. She thought this was strange since he didn't have any ankle bells. The demigods walked behind Nimai with folded hands when he left Sachimata. The Lord addressed them, "O demigods, don't hanker after me. Just spend your time singing about the glorious, love-filled pastimes of Radha Gopinath." Then Nimai cried and chanted, "Radha, Radha, Govinda, Kalindi, Yamuna, Vrindavan." Hearing this, the demigods also began wailing and singing along joyfully. Sachimata fainted upon observing the wonderful activities of her son. Hearing her collapsing on the floor, Jagannath Mishra ran to the spot to revive her. Sachi cried out, "O Vishwambar, O Nimai." Together they left the room and went to lovingly embrace their son. Jagannath Mishra remembered the transcendental pastimes of Krishna when he saw the bare feet of Nimai. Sachi Devi explained to her husband what she had seen in the bedroom. "Prabhu, there were demigods having 4 hands and some with 5 heads." Or she sometimes has 5 heads. "They came in celestial airplanes and worshiped our son." When Nimai saw them, he danced in the courtyard and chanted, "Radha Krishna, I thought I was dreaming. Being frightened, I sent him to you for safety. Although our son has a well-shaped, beautiful divine form, I fear what might befall him in the future. After losing 7 daughters, I finally received a son. I'll die if anything happens to him. As I don't have many children, Nimai is the star of my eye, just as a walking stick is the greatest treasure of a blind man. Nimai is as dear to me as the soul is to the body. I can't live without him. Please arrange some ritual in order to petition the demigods for his protection." Oh, I think I have to stop reading here because I do this with my life history. But any questions, comments? Nothing? Okay, so we will end for now. Uh, maybe something more will be read tonight. I'm not sure what the evening class will be. Um, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai.